Record. Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks for your patience around the technology side of life, and it always can be interesting to say the least. And I'm Kevin Potas. I'm an executive consultant here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Dion, if you could go to the next slide, that'd be great. Again, not cooperating very well.
No, but I don't know why it's not.
So if you scroll, can you scroll down?
There we go.
There we go. Okay,
Sorry
awesome.
about that.
Thank you
Okay,
so
now I
much.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Folks, I'm really excited tonight, and we have a special guest here. And I think you certainly saw her just come on and make a couple of comments. But I want to introduce to you Dr. Tamia Bethia Williams. If you were at our global convention here recently in Dallas, you had the opportunity to hear Dr. Tamia during one of the main presentations. And Dr. Tamia is a high energy, multidisciplinary leader based in Long Island, New York. She's got BA in education and advertising and public relations majors. She is also has doctorates in both counseling psychology and metaphysical science, and she is a mother of three and a grandmother of three, and married to Anthony. And we're going to hear from Dr. Tamia as we move forward. And I talked a little bit about in One Person Big Difference today, the concept of what season are we in today? What season does your health in? What season is your life in? And Dion, if you could go to the next slide, please. The season is these are some of the daily conversations we have in our seasons, right? Like one of the questions is why do we feel the way we feel, and are we tired, and are we, do we have pain, do we have sleep issues, do we have energy issues? And the reality is 80% of the country is busy and broke. And on top of that, they're having these conversations about why they feel so bad. If you go to the next slide. So, what are most people doing knowing that the season that they're in? Well, the season is either you're optimizing your health or you're trying to find ways to address the conditions that you're faced with. And so most people are taking pills, they're using pain medications, they're using energy drinks, which is not uncommon. So people are looking for alternatives to optimize your health. And I'm really excited tonight to share some things with you about how can we help you in the season that you're in today, because that season doesn't have to be every season, and we can move forward. So Dr. Tamia will be sharing some things. We have some really exciting stuff coming around a new product entry that we have that's going to be available to the public real soon, and Dr. Tamia is going to talk a little bit about that. I'm also going to interview Dr. Tamia a little bit. I've got some questions for her about not only her experience, what she's had in direct selling, what inspired her to start using this product, what inspired her to start sharing these products. So we're going to hear more from her in a short bit. In the midst of that, please put your questions as I move along in the chat so that we can hopefully address some of those at the end or get back to you on those questions. And I want to just thank someone who took the time to invite you this evening to join this call. What we believe is we have a gift in our hands that everybody needs to hear about it. And the question is, what are you doing about the condition or season that you sit in today? So, Dion, if you'd go to the next slide, please. So, our bodies, as we talked about, being bombarded, our food supply is not the same as our ancestors. Our environment that we live in is not the same from years ago. Either it's the toxins in the air, the toxins that we put in our mouth, our bodies are being bombarded daily. And Dion, if you could go to the next slide, please. So, in essence, what's the result of that? Our cells, our organs, our systems, they're suffering. So you see here, we have healthy cells and we have damaged cells. And we're going to talk about the impact of an unhealthy gut. And that's going to play out as we move forward. And Deanna, if you'd go to the next slide. And so LifeVantage, you'll hear, and we'll talk about this, is the activation company. And you're going to hear about, and we'll see a slide later on, we're talking about take it to make it. Take what we have here at LifeVantage to help your body make. So if you need antioxidants, why not make antioxidants? Your God-given chemistry can help your body heal itself if we put it on the right path to do so. So it's about activation. And Deanna, if you go to the next slide, please. So where we started, LifeVantage is an award-winning scientist. Dr. Joe McCord, you'll see at the bottom, has the Elliott Crescent Award that he was given. Alexander Wright, Graham Bell, Henry Ford, and others have received this same award. For the person that invited you, if you've not seen the ABC Primetime Investigative Report, make sure they send it to you. Take time to watch this video. It's a very short video. It's really where the noise of LifeVantage started. John Quinones, you'll see that's in this depiction on the left. ABC Primetime was there to try to find and debunk what companies are claiming their products do. And he came to actually basically prove wrong what LifeVantage had in their hands. He was surprised beyond belief. And I'd say it's changed his life. And because of that, it's changed a lot of lives around the world. So Dr. Joe McCord devoted his career to fighting the effects of free radical damage. What that means is oxidative stress, inflammation in our body. Our little yellow pill, Protandim NRF2, was born then and launched in 2003. And this investigative report on ABC Primetime aired in 2005. In the midst of that, LifeVantage had to figure out a way, how do we get this to people? What are the avenues we can do this? And they tried both an online version, they tried retail version, and at the end of the day in 2009, a consultant came to them and said, listen, you've got an incredible product in your hand. You need people educating people about this product, and therefore the direct selling model that LifeVantage deployed in 2009 is where we're at today. And you can see more about LifeVantage. LifeVantage is a publicly traded company. I love that because we can get a look under the hood to see what's going on. We can see how LifeVantage is investing in product and research, and we can see all the dynamics. It's a debt-free company, and we just had an acquisition that Dr. Tamia is going to talk about here coming up. So because of Dr. Quinones, or John Quinones, excuse me, his ABC Primetime Investigative Report, universities and prestigious medical centers wanted to do self-funded research on Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. And what a move that's made. Now, this wasn't funded by LifeVantage. This was self-funded by these universities. They were interested in seeing, what does LifeVantage have on their hands? And Deanna, if you go to the next slide, please. So here's Protandim. I'm not going to read all through this. You can see for yourself, but over 30 published studies on PubMed.gov. And if you got your phone out, you're sitting beside you, go to PubMed.gov. It's the National Institute of Health public library. You can see where there's a lot of third-party literature around products. And this little yellow pill, basically the synergy of those ingredients combined together has created magic. And what I will tell you is that LifeVantage doesn't make any claim that they're going to cure, prevent, mitigate disease by any means. But you'll see some of the things, and you'll hear some of the testimony of what these activators can do for you. So I love the fact that it's NSF and banned substance controlled, because that certification allows professional athletes to use our products without fear of doping or anything of that nature, and we feel good about that. So Deanna, if you go to the next slide, please. All right, so when we talk about making antioxidants, helping our body make antioxidants, on the left you can see that just one free radical, each antioxidant molecule from a dietary source just eliminates one. So If you wanted to have the similar effects of protandim, you could eat 400 oranges a day. You could eat 500 cups of broccoli or 110 cups of broccoli. Your body produces trillions of free radicals every day. It's not possible to fight an onslaught of cellular damage unless you consume thousands of these antioxidant rich vitamins. And the reality is we can't out eat what protandim can do, because protandim, you'll see on the right, just one protandim NRF2 activates and has the ability to neutralize 1 million free radicals per second, 24 hours a day in every cell of your body. And it has proven through multiple patents that with protandim, you can see that oxidative stress is going to begin to flatten, and proven in 30 days it will reduce your oxidative stress by 40%. 40%. You take one bottle and that's reducing your oxidative stress by 40%. A 30-day, once a day supply. Without it, you can see what happens is that without protandim, as we age, our oxidative stress levels, the inflammation in our body is going to continue to rise. Now I just lost my screen and it's back. So that was weird. Okay, so Dion, can you go to the next slide? All right, so what are our options? So the options are, if you think of this, we can use a Dixie cup and we can try to put out the fire with a Dixie cup on the left using these direct antioxidants, so 1 for 1. So you can consume the foods, get one antioxidant, or you can use a fire hose to put out that house fire, and you're reducing your free radical damage by 1 million every second. And so what NRF2 also does is help turn on your body's production of catalase, glutathione, and SOD. So I know for me in my health journey, I would much rather have the fire hose towards inflammation than I would the Dixie cup. And it's just that simple. And that's what protandim can do for you. All right, next slide, Dion. So we mentioned the universities that have studied the effects of NRF2, and these are just a few. The American Heart Association, you can see Harvard University, Johns Hopkins, University of Colorado, Kentucky, LSU, and here's what I love. As we educate people about the effects and the value of using NRF2, I don't have to prove what it's done. All these universities have done it for me. So what I need to do is help share what LifeVantage can do. And that's the beautiful thing about this product is you have a well-studied product with more than 7 patents and other patents pending. And basically you can get this information. Again, go to pubmed.gov. And if you could go to the next slide, Dion. So here's the independent peer-reviewed journal articles that are available. On the bottom, it has the universities and institutes that have studied protandim. On the top, these are the journal articles that you'll see. And I think one of those that I am trying to find is the Circulation by the American Heart Association has a very unique study. It's the only time a supplement has been categorized and outlined in their journal. And I think that's a really neat thing. So again, go to pubmed.gov. You can input protandim and oxidative stress. You can put a disease state and oxidative stress, and you'll see what is the cause of much of the disease that we present ourselves. It's really the oxidative stress that's grown in our body. It's a leading indicator for over 200 disease states that we suffer from today. So, Dion, if you could go to the next slide, please. All right, so here's one of the things I love. Washington State University, I want you to hear this. The health effects are NRF2, which may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. So that's a claim that they're making based on the study of a master regulator of detoxification and also an antioxidant inflammatory. And boy, this is some really good news. And so this is published in 2014, I believe. And so this is some really good information. I love this quote that they've said that when I'm using Protandim, I can be confident this is really helping look forward as if I can do to reduce oxidative stress in my body, that it will prove to play out for me personally. So thank you for LifeVantage and thank you for Washington State University for looking at these products in this way. Deanna, if you could go to the next slide, please. All right, so what is oxidative stress? If you think about this, cut an apple in half, set it on your counter, come back an hour later, and tell me what color it's going to be. It's had oxidation attack that apple, and then that's why it turns brown. It's kind of like the rusting of an engine in our car. And I would beg you to tell me the difference is, why do we get our oil changed in our vehicles? We get them changed because they're telling us if we don't change, eventually our vehicle is going to break down. And it may not be something that we see firsthand, but if we don't change oil, I think all of us would agree some point that vehicle is going to break down. Same thing's happening in our bodies, right? So if you think about free radical oxidative stress on the right, you can see it affects your heart, your skin, your kidney, your joints, your lung, your brain, your immune system, multi-organs, even your eyes. So here are the disease states that you're faced with if you cannot manage oxidative stress over time. And quite frankly, it's why I should care. So thank you, Dion. If you could go to the next slide. All right. So one of the common questions we get asked is, what is activation really? I mean, how does that compare to supplementation? I'm going to show you a really short video from Dr. Don Day Nettles so that you can get a taste of what activation versus supplementation really is. Dion, if you just hit the next slide and hit it again. And it may not play that because we're not in PowerPoint. So if somebody needs this, we can get this to you. Just get with the person that invited you here. But what he's basically saying is, in your body, right? If we introduce products to our body that are synthetic, that are made in a lab, that are not natural, there's generally a response that our body is going to take from that introduction. So this is a foreign object introduced into our body. And in the pharmaceutical world, where I've spent 30 years, what that typically relates to is the side effects associated with medication. So if we can help our body turn on itself, then that's actually activation versus supplementing something that we may not have in our body. So that's, in simple terms, it's helping your body activate it versus introducing something foreign to it. And so the LifeVantage activators are meant to help you activate your pathways to turn on the genes that need to be turned on and turn off the genes that don't need to be turned on. And I love the fact that it's working at that 24 hours a day with just one pill of Protandim. So Dion, if you go to the next slide. So we have Protandim NRF2. We also have Protandim NRF1, which is for mitochondria. And then we have NAD. So what we call that is trisynergizer. And I'm just going to point you to this second column from the left. You can see the 848%. So the 848%, the synergy of combining those three products actually helps the inflammatory response using NRF2, which will work, and it works well. But if you stack these together in our Protandim trisynergizer, you can see there's an 840% increase in the inflammatory response by just stacking these products together. So that's one thing I'd like to point out, is that we have options to actually help you optimize your health strategy. And it's one of the reasons I love Trisynergy. In my own personal experience, I spent a number of years recovering from a shoulder injury. I tried all types of methods and modules and medications, and I just was not happy with the regimen and the results that I was getting. I introduced Trisynergizer into the mix, and thankfully somebody took the time to share it with me, and I saw incredible results personally that I wasn't getting with my other regimens. things like being able to sleep, things like being able to lay on a shoulder that I hadn't been able to lay on for 6 years, things like having the energy to come home from a long day of work and not feel totally spent, to be able to drive and not pull over on the side of the road to take a short nap because you were falling asleep. That's what my life was. My picture today, I love Dr. Tamia talks about the picture of me today does not show you what I've been through. And that road was challenging. And I thank God every day for LifeVantage products. And I thank God I get the opportunity to share LifeVantage products with others so I can help them think about the season that they're in and what they can do to take active, proactive steps in their health strategy. So, Dion, if you could go to the next slide, please. All right, so we have a number of products here at LifeVantage. We're not going to talk about all these. I pointed out Protandim. We're going to give you a little snippet of collagen, a little snippet of Axio, just in mind body. And then we're going to move to, we have a new comprehensive, simple approach to optimize our gut health. And Dr. Tamia will be talking about that real shortly. So Dion, if you want to go to the next slide, please. All right, we talked about this, NRF2. Again, take Protandim NRF2, make antioxidants. It's that simple, right? So our own bodies are more powerful than any supplement we can take. So we have to get our body moving and helping produce its own antioxidants because, again, why? We can't out-eat what Protandim can do. It's just not possible. So Dion, if you go to the next slide, please. All right. Another product that we were introduced a couple of years ago is activated liquid collagen, True Science liquid collagen. And this was a breakthrough in activation. And I'll have you go to the next slide, Dion. Some highlights to this is that, just so you're aware, and as a man, I can tell you I was not aware. So I needed the education because my first thought as a man is it's hair, skin, and nails. And either my hair is kind of balding anyway, my nails look to be pretty good, and my skin feels good. But what I noticed is there's so much more, and I'm going to show you in a minute. So again, collagen production declines rapidly in our 20s and 30s. We start to use it. I'm nearing 60, and if I didn't address it, I don't know where I would be. So if you go to the next slide, Dion. So here's some examples, and we think about some visuals that you can see. You can see Tracy on the left. These are after 70 days, and you can see the pigmentation. And basically, the overall texture of her skin has changed. On the right, this is not uncommon. People talk about they've tried powders, they've tried pills, and nothing compares. So that's the type of feedback that we get. Dion, if you go to the next slide. And why is that? The benefits go beyond hair, skin, and nails. Yes, Kevin, they do. They go well beyond that. They go to not only preventing premature hair loss, but promoting muscle recovery. Those that are active, those that are physically active, cushioning your joints. I've played college athletics, and the wear and tear of my body over a number of years took its toll. And then we talk again, gut health, right? How do we strengthen bones? My father-in-law took a fall. He's 81 years old. He's a farmer. He was walking on the way to his shop, fell on the ice, and he looked like he had 3 rounds with Mike Tyson earlier that day. And thankfully, he didn't break any bones. And we go back to that, say he'd been on college and been activated for some time. And, not only did he heal faster, but he didn't break any bones. And, quite frankly, it's a miracle. So if you think about eye health, liver function, sleep quality, mental health, brain and cognitive support, and there's so much more. So it goes beyond your skin. Next slide, Dion. All right, so why Protandim True Science activated liquid collagen? Because we actually activate the production of collagen. We help you restore and replenish the collagen that you have lost, and it helps maintain that collagen. So I love the fact that it's really a threefold approach with our liquid collagen. Next slide, please. All right, so one of the things, there's been additional study done with the effects of Protandim adding liquid collagen to that mix. So we call that Healthy Glow Essentials. So in essence, we take collagen and Protandim together, and you help build antioxidants and your collagen production and collagen density. And if you want to go to the next slide, Dion, that'd be great. All right, so here's an example. So we think again, hair, skin, and nails. Here's Aaron. She's a lupus warrior. You can see on the left, you can see the amount of inflammation that she has in her hand. And look at what happens on the right. And I believe that was 30 days later, if I recall exactly. So you can see a significant response of reducing inflammation in her body. And the thing I love about NRF2 activation, it goes to the source of where you're having the most challenges first. And that's the thing I love about activation. It's helping you get to the bottom and get to the source. All right, next slide, please. Okay, introduction, October a year ago, so about a year ago this week, we introduced the mind body system. And again, take the mind body system, just a couple of pills and a powdered drink, followed 30 minutes later, and you make your own GLP-1. So I think we've had plenty of advertising about the effects of activation of GLP-1. Thing about this is not a synthetic version. This is an all natural version, and it helps this gut brain barrier in the communication. So what are the results? Next slide, Dion. There's a 200% increase in GLP-1 production in our body. Participants in our human clinical study found that the loss of weight 9 pounds in 8 weeks and up to 25 in 12, and 100% of people who lost weight maintain muscle. And I'm not sure that the competitive synthetic versions can make that claim about muscle loss. And the concept of, you think about the bad fat in our body and our organs, it's called visceral fat. It's a 20% reduction in visceral fat and a 5% reduction in body weight. Next slide, Dion. So one of the things that people are experiencing, I think one of the things in the middle, up top in the middle, is, sugar cravings. The cravings that people, their relationship between their mind and their gut, 85% felt less hungry, 95% had reduced sugar cravings. People felt like 80+% said that they took back their relationship with food, right? And people are choosing smaller portions. If you go to the next slide, Dion. All right, Axio, this is one of my favorite products as well. Take Axio, it's a powdered drink you add to a bottled water or a shaker. And what does it do? It helps your brain function and your energy, and it helps activate mental clarity and focus. It powers your brain and body and supports a positive mood. So we talked about the energy drink world, and what does that look like today? I think everybody would be clear that it's a challenge, and people are there. If you go to any convenience store, there are energy drinks all over the place. And as accused of having attention deficit disorder, as well, never convicted. I was never convicted. I've been accused. I can tell you that Axio is part of a daily regimen for me because it just helps slow things down and create clarity for me. So there's a lot of published data around children and their response. You can see the differences in their handwriting before Axio, after Axio. So why not have something that's feeding our brain as well in a healthy fashion and bringing you clean energy? So next slide, please. All right, so here are some of the values here. You think about Axio, it comes in both caffeinated and decaf. So if I can enhance that neurotransmitter function in my brain, if I can reduce mental fatigue, if I can increase my mood, it's a low calorie, low carb vegan formula, and there are no artificial colors, artificial flavors, sweeteners, added sugars, or gluten. And again, decaf and caffeine, I think it's 15 calories per serving. So love it. It's a great product. Next slide, please. All right. So I want to bring Dr. Tamia in. She's going to be reviewing what will be our newest launch coming up here in just a few days. And I'll start that off by really talking about, our disease, and everything that we have begins in the gut. And you think we would listen knowing that Hippocrates talked about this 2,500 years ago. And what it was 2,500 years ago is no different than what it is today. So Dr. Tamia, I'm going to welcome you. I so appreciate not only your patience as we work through these challenges of sharing these slides and updates, but super excited to have you on the call tonight. There's a lot of people that were really excited to hear from you again. And I'll have you take away these next few slides, and Dion can forward them. And then I have a few questions for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And yeah, let me tell you something. In this industry, you gotta have the patience of Job. And please don't ask me who Job was. I remember going through the airport and I told this lady, I said, "You have the patience of Job." She said, "Well, I don't know who he is, but I know he's got some good patience." I said, "All righty then." But anyways, anyways, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you. You know, you had up a slide just now, and that slide was that of Hippocrates. You know, when I think about the fact that he walked the earth literally over 2,700 years ago, and he warned us. He warned us, and he said many, many things. But this one in particular, it really blew my mind. And I had very difficulty wrapping my mind around it because I did not believe that all disease could begin in one place. I thought that if you had an issue with your eyes, you go to the eye doctor. An issue with your skin, you go to the dermatologist. An issue with your female organs, you go to the gynecologist. Male organs, urologist. Oh, well, what about my heart? I'm going to go to the cardiologist. And the list goes on and on and on. There's a specialty doctor for everything that ails us. But here's the thing, there's over 15,000 diseases recognized by the World Health Organization. And if you were to put in any search engine, gut bacteria, digestive system, gut microbiome, alongside any ailment that you can think about, the research has already been done. And you will see that all roads are going to go right back to the same place, and that is gut bacteria. And so, have we been going about this all wrong? I don't know. But what I do know is that my personal issues, I tell you, had I not started to do something to help myself, I really, really believe that you all would have been hearing from me. I mean, about me, but not from me. And so this man right here, I'm so glad that he did what he did, and now today we're in a better place because of it. So I don't know what's the next slide. We're going to go to the next slide. All right, all right, all right. And so, anyways, well, in a nutshell, every single part of you, every physiological system in you is connected to your gut microbiome. Therefore, if you are a person that's dealing with any ailment, any issues, just know that it started pretty much in the same place. And so what I've learned is that when we take care of the center, the gut microbiome, we take care of the person. And so how do we do that? We do that by giving our bodies what our bodies understand. As you heard Kevin say time and time again, we're not here to make any claims. We're not going to say that the product is going to treat, it's going to cure, it's going to heal, it's going to mitigate anything. I'm not a medical doctor. Yes, I do practice psychology and counseling, but I'm not an MD. I'm not here to practice medicine. But what I am here to do is to let you know that when you give the body what it understands, your body is intelligent enough to do the work. It will go to work on your behalf. And so all of the systems, all of your organs, all of you connected to your gut. Take care of the gut, you take care of the person. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. And so what I love about P84, as a matter of fact, I made sure I put some here on the side. These little two sachets. And you know what? I really, really feel sorry for those that's not. I see you, Amy. For those that didn't get your hand on these yet. But don't worry, don't worry. November the 4th is right around the corner. And I'm going to tell you, when I first tasted this, I wasn't really excited about it. Because you got to understand, prior to P84, we had what we referred to as the Daily Three, where we took 2 sips and a scoop, and then it went to 2 sips and a tear. And those drinks, the balance and the detox was very, very good. Very similar to the liquid collagen, which I'm tempted to drink a whole box of it. I tell you the truth, it's so good. You know, it really, really is. But the P84, how I take mine is I put it in a smoothie. I use a smoothie, and lately, because I've been doing a lot of traveling, I've been just putting it in water. Because when I'm not home, I don't know what I'm really getting when I put it into that smoothie that could be loaded with lots of sugars and things of that nature. And so you're literally getting 10 products in 2 sachets. Literally 10 products in 2 sachets. And when I tell you, I wish I had time to go into all the details of it, but I want you to know that in Phytopower 1, you're getting 10 live bacteria strains. In Phytopower 2, you're getting 5 live bacteria strains, and these are all registered through Love Biome. And so you're also getting a prebiotic blend. You're getting a pro, that's the live bacteria, the pro biotics as well. And then because Love Biome understood that the body takes time to make postbiotics. So first of all, some of you may be listening and saying, well, how does that happen? Well, here's what happens. Whenever you add water or any liquid to the equation, it's going to activate those live bacteria. When that happens and you deploy it into your digestive system from your mouth all the way down to your rectum, what's going to happen is those prebiotics are going to be eaten by the probiotics. When the probiotics eat the prebiotics, over a period of time, they're going to make what we refer to as postbiotics. Why do we want postbiotics? Because postbiotics are going to help your body to help itself to rebuild, to repair, to replenish. It's going to help your body to go back into a state of balance. Most people are dealing with what we refer to as dysbiosis, meaning that the gut bacteria is out of balance. When that happens, you open the door for disease, some refer to it as dis-ease. You literally open the door. Your health is pretty much challenged, just like my health was. You're looking at somebody who, and I got to be careful how I say this because of compliance, but you're looking at somebody who was not doing too well. And I was ignoring the symptoms. My body was telling me over and over and over again, fix me, I need help. And then I found out that, I had been diagnosed with something that could have cost me my life. I had been dealing with constipation for many, 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 many years. I had challenges with inflammation in my knee, inflammation in my lower back. I was on I should want to say depressant medications because I was trying to cope. I couldn't sleep at night, so I was on a sleeping aid as well. And in doing all of that, it's like I had just decided that this is going to be my life. It's going to be my life. And then I started to dig and I started to probe and I started to want, and really, really out of curiosity, I just wanted more. I needed to know more. Why is this happening to me? What is going on with me? And then I found out that everything, 100%, 1000% was because of the condition of my gut. How is it that a little girl from South Carolina that came to New York weighing 110 pounds gained 158 pounds on top of that little tiny frame? How is it that a little girl from down south that could sleep through the night, as soon as my head hit the pillow, I would fall asleep. I go from that to not being able to fall asleep at night. And when I did, I would be awakened from panic attacks and really, really bad ones, sometimes landing me in the hospital. How is it that this little girl that was a cheerleader all the way through her college years that could do backflips, one after the next, jump up in the air, jump a fence 5 foot high and not even touch her leg touch the fence? How is it all of a sudden she got severe knee pain and severe back pain and had to take pain medication all the time in order to do the things that she really, really loved to do? When I looked into all of this, it all stemmed from the condition of my gut. Now, once again, I'm not going to say that these products treated, cured, healed me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But what I do know is that given my body what it understood, my body was able to work with that. And as a result, I am not that person that I was. I'm talking 3 years ago. Took some time, but it's okay. I'd go through it all over again. And so you're literally getting 10 products in 2 little sachets, 10 products. There's a glutathione precursor blend. You got a fermentative assistance blend as well. You also have a detox, a toxin binder. And I talk a little bit about those just for a minute. Glutathione is something that's important. It helps our cells to rid itself of germs and also chemicals, things that we use on a day-to-day basis. But unfortunately, a lot of us, we don't know this, but we're almost completely depleted. It's almost out of our system by the time we're in our 30s. So imagine Love Biome putting together a glutathione precursor blend, and all it is food. It's just food. Let me see if I can't pull this up right here, but I want to see if I can just go here 1 second and I can share a little bit more detail with you all because I have a little bit more detail. And so this glutathione precursor blend, by the way, what is it? What does it consist of? And this is in Phytopower 2. All it is spinach, moringa leaf, kale, kep, spirulina, and chlorella. That's all it is. And everything that we're talking about here all it is fruit, it's vegetables. That's all it is. But the good news is a lot of it comes from ancient civilization. A lot of it comes from blue zone areas where people are still living to be 100 plus years old. And it's a normal thing for them to live that long, where women are still getting pregnant naturally in their late 50s, in their 60s, and hey, there's been a couple in their 70s, so watch out. And so that tells you that men are not having an issue. Hello, somebody. And so this is what's happening because it's all, once again, connected to the gut microbiome. And so I wanted to share that little tidbit. So let's go to the next slide. Oh, there you go. Awesome. All right. And so you see the probiotics, the live bacteria strains there. And I invite you to take a picture of this slide. And you also see the postbiotics that were put on the inside of this amazing Phytopower 1. Those postbiotics are going to help you to better digest your food, to break down the protein and the dairy and things of that nature. We're finding a lot of people when they take these products, the P84, we call it a masterpiece for total microbiome health. When they take it, all of a sudden, oh, they're like, oh my gosh, I can digest dairy again. I can eat this again. I can eat that again. A lot of folks think they're allergic to this and they think they can't eat that. It's not that. It's just that your body is no longer equipped with the necessary enzymes to break those foods down. Well, LaBiome made sure that it's in every single serving of Phytopower 1. And you see papain, amylase, cellulase, bromelain coming from pineapple, papain coming from papaya, lactase. And then look at the prebiotics. That is the fuel. That's the food for the probiotics. Some people don't have enough in their systems. So LaBiome makes sure that they had enough in every sachet. So when those probiotics wake up, they have food to eat to go ahead and then make those postbiotics. So we'll go to the next slide. I love this. Yeah, that's right, Shauna. So sexy. And then, as you heard me say before, the glutathione precursor blend, we talked about that. But the detox blend, this is so important. You know, I was thinking to myself not too long ago, I've been brushing my teeth for a long time. When I was in South Carolina, we just used baking powder and peroxide. But then when I came to New York City, I had to upgrade. You know, the city people said, upgrade, you got to get toothpaste, right? And I started using toothpaste until one day someone said, you know what you're putting in your mouth. And I still use it now, but I'm so glad that I have P84. But they said, read the tube. And it says, if accidentally ingested, contact your local poison control. Well, I'm a person that like to brush my teeth. I know. And so, but it's documented. You can see for yourself. Not all. Some of them are healthy. Some of them healthy. Okay. Some of them healthy. I mean, but okay to use. But here's the thing. When you brush your teeth in the morning, you brush your teeth after every meal, you brush your teeth before you go to bed at night, how much of that is going into your system? Now, listen to me carefully. I'm going someplace with this. And so when those folks tell me, well, I only detox once a year, or I detox twice a year, or I only detox at the beginning of the year or once a month, what are you really doing? Wouldn't it be nice to help your body rid itself of toxins by just simply using food? That's all it is. Look at it. It's blueberry, grapeseed, noni, acai, beetroot, cranberry, pomegranate, and turmeric. That's the blend. That is the blend, and you're getting it every single day. So we're not just waiting once a year to help our bodies help itself. We're doing it every single day. And then there's the other 5 probiotics that are different from the other 10, the 10 that's in the Phytopower 1. And those are all amazing too. Let's go to the next one. The next slide. And so there you have it. There you have it. And as you can see, what Mr. Kelly also said, we designed P84 to be the automatic part of every morning health regimen. But you can drink it throughout the day. Just don't forget to drink it. Don't forget to drink it. And the best way to drink it is to mix it and drink it right away. Some folk nurse it all day long. They're drinking a little bit here, a little bit there. But remember, those bacteria, you woke them up. Get them in your system so they can go to work on your behalf. It's live bacteria in every single sachet in Phytopower 1 and Phytopower 2. And the minute you add water to the equation, they are activated, right? And then when you put it in your mouth, they're deployed throughout your entire system. Once that happens, they now go to work on your behalf. And so, and then, you know, some folks, I've heard some people say, well, what happens if you get constipated? I'm not going to the bathroom. And this could be a side effect for some. And what I say to them is that because those toxins are running away from the good stuff, right? You can take half a pack, still with 16 ounces of water. And you can do that in the morning. You can do the other half at night, or you can do half a pack, for a couple of days just to see how that goes. And Alkaline Pastor John, he'll tell you that what you can do also is add a soft stool capsule with it, and so that you can really just get your system flushed out very, very nicely. And so that's a choice. That would be your choice. And so we go to the next slide. All right. And so why do you want to take P84? Because you want your body making gut peptides. You want to give your body what it needs so that your body can create rebiosis. Okay. Not dysbiosis, but rebiosis. P84 is the ultimate offensive gut health strategy, activating the production of key peptides that help to regulate, here those 3 R's, regulate, repair, and restore balance to the gut. Now, did you know that your gut can make its own peptides? It can make its own peptides. And those peptides control the key functions of your 30-foot-long digestive tract. Isn't that something? Yours is 30 and mine's 30. I tell you something, that's a whole lot of a digestive system. And we want to make sure that it is functioning the way that it should, so all of us can get what we need to help our bodies to actually do the job that it was designed to do. And that is to create. We're able to, we take something that's able to activate something. That means that we were born with it. We're able to do it. We just have to give it what it understands, and it in turn will do its job. So, all right, healthy edge, yay. And so imagine now adding Protandim to the equation. Kevin, I've never heard anybody talk about it the way you talk about it. My goodness, you make me want to just take another 5 tonight before I go to bed. I kid you not. I'm like, I mean, just give me some more. I'm telling you, because a lot of folks don't understand it, and this is not, the bottom line is that 1 out of every 6 people in the United States of America are fighting, they're fighting depression, they're fighting anxiety every single day. And a lot of them are on a regimen that I'm sure that they probably would want to eradicate. But here's the thing, I was one of those individuals. I was on a regimen too, Kev. I was on a regimen for 30 years off and on. And it took some time for me to break that cycle. It wasn't easy. But I'm so glad that I was able to. I didn't know that my body could make antioxidants that were 1,000,000 times more powerful than anything I could have taken. I could have tried to eat all those oranges you talked about earlier, but give me a break, somebody. And so imagine now coupling P84 with Protandim, what that's going to do. We already know what it will do when you couple it with True Science liquid collagen. We already know what it would do, and when you combine it with some of the other products as well, those stacks that we see, that we're going to soon see in our back office. Can't wait for that. But imagine the testimonies that's going to come from this combination right here. I'm telling you, it's going to blow the mind's world. I'm telling everybody, it's going to come a time where LifeVantage will blanket the entire earth. It's just a matter of time. Right now, we're here, we're there, we might be over there. But it's going to come a time when people get wind of what's happening over here, and it's starting to spread rather quickly. They're not going to want to be anyplace else but with LifeVantage. And so I'm glad we're in position to receive them. Really glad about that. So we go to the next slide. Dion, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And so, yeah, there's offense and then there's defense. Vital Power 1 is our offense, restoring communication, keeping your systems agile and strong. And then there's the defense of the by the way, that's P84. Then there's defense with the Protandim, which we just talked about, protecting your cells from the hits life throw your way. And Lord knows, we all know that life can throw some things your way, even with the products that we use on our skin, on our hair, and our nails, sticking our nails in ovens to cure stuff and all that kind of stuff. Thank goodness for Protandim. Thank goodness for P84 as well. Go to the next slide. Win-win situation. All right. So why is different? Activation. When we take the healthy edge, we're going to make, once again, antioxidants, and we're going to make gut peptides. What your body makes is way more powerful than anything you can supplement with, okay? Antioxidants you make keeps your cells in balance. Gut peptides you make regulate, repair, and restore balance to your communication system. And together they form, I love this, a 24/7 offense and defense where your body is constantly monitoring, adjusting, and responding to the onslaughts of life. That's it in a nutshell. I don't need to add any more to that. Powerful. And so
All
what
right,
else
so
we
Dr.
activate?
Tamia, yeah, thank you
Yes,
for sharing all of that. I love,
you're welcome.
man, your energy around this is so amazing. I think the other thing that I was thinking about while you were talking is you're well educated, you know a lot about health, you know a lot about that, but you hadn't heard about Protandim, right?
No.
Nobody had taken the opportunity to share with you the power of activation and what the LifeVantage product. So tell me, how does this change what you think about the future relative? I know you just spoke to that a little bit about, but what do you see as the possibilities for people moving forward?
Well, I tell you something, Kev, you're right. I did not hear about Potas, but a lady did come. My husband and I, we had 2 stores out here in Long Island. At the time, I was in a company, had some water stores. And she asked me, because she had found out that I had been diagnosed with BC, right? I had breast cancer. And she came to me and she said to me, I heard about you and I just want to put this in your store. But she never talked to me about it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know the name of the company. I never picked it up. I never looked at it. She just put it in my store. And it sat there literally with some other products. I think Axio was there, some other things. And because she had these little sachets of stuff that was there. And it sat there, collected dust. I had wipe it off every now and then, but I never looked at it for literally about 2 or maybe 3 years. And now she's saying that she told me about it first. And I'm telling her, no, you didn't. You did not tell me about it first, right? Too late. I've gone in with love biome. But here's the thing. Knowing what I know now, if folk think I could not keep my mouth shut before, I really won't keep it shut now. Because every breathing thing, everything that is breathing needs to hear about these amazing products. Everything. Knowing just the patents, knowing the science behind it, the peer-reviewed reports, 28 from what I understand. All of the universities that have studied this amazing products, what is being stated for the public to see in PubMed, and the list goes on and on and on. I cannot not, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to anybody that I come in contact with to not tell them that this exists. What if somebody would have told me? What if somebody would have told me 10 years ago, 15 years ago? I'd be looking like y'all. I wouldn't have to wait, you know what I mean? 6 months down the line, or 7 months down the line. I'll already be there. But now is a good a time. It's good enough time for me. It's my time. And that's all
awesome.
right, you know? So I'll tell
awesome.
everybody.
Well,
I'm going to tell
I look
everybody.
at this question of what else can we activate? And I think the real question is, who else can we activate?
I like that.
The reality is that people need to hear about these products. I'm going to share a little bit more. So, Deanna, if you go to the next slide, please. All right, so Activation Nation, there's multiple ways that you can join this movement. And I think that's really what it is. It's a movement. It's people focused on helping people. And no matter where you're at in your journey, there's no better time than right now. And Dion, let me give you a few reasons why. If you go to the next slide. All right, so we talked about this. Steve Fife is our president and CEO of LifeVantage. He's a dynamic man who's present in everything that we do, and I love his vision for the future. As I mentioned, LifeVantage is a financially transparent organization and company. It's been highly recognized by Newsweek, Forbes magazine, and we also do a legacy where we give back to communities in which we enter. And I think that's a really important thing for a company, that you continue to give back to serve those that may not be as fortunate as we are. So if you go to the next slide, Dion. All right, so again, breakthrough science, category creating. As you can see, one of the attractions that LifeVantage had with Love Biome is, look what Love Biome had in their hands, and they're rapidly growing and now combining these organizations. There is no limit to what can be achieved. And again, Dr. Tamia talked about this. It's consumable. Everybody needs it. And you can see the data supports that. It's just not us saying it. It's third-party entities. It's universities and prestigious medical centers not saying, it's not Kevin saying we need this. They're saying we need it. I just need to make sure I tell everybody about it. So next slide, please. Again, the company story, it's a publicly traded company. It's not a private. Revenue and profitability is very visible. So we can see research, product development. We can see who they hired to put in which roles. The commission structure, I would tell you, is the biggest in the industry. We're going to talk a little bit about the opportunity because there's multiple ways to come in. And then forecasting, this company and organization wants to remain relevant in the space. And they will do what they need to do to bring high quality. And what I think I love about not only this P84 that now LifeVantage and LoveBiome have brought together is LifeVantage is really, really particular about sourcing of ingredients and products. In fact, they're testing every lot that's made of P84 and other products to make sure that their quality standards meet specifications. And I love that because you talk about Protandim and ashwagandha and bacopa. They don't just take any that they can get. They make sure they measure the activity of those products before they actually will use them as part of their synergy. So they're very particular, and I love that. And that's going to help LifeVantage remain relevant. Next slide, please. And go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, so we talk about the perfect vehicle. There's 60,000 consultants in the US, and so the growth potential is incredible. Headquartered in Utah, I talked about being debt-free. And again, it's a people telling people about this product. And if you go to the next slide, please, Dion. So what are the ways that you can come into this organization? You can evolve and you can earn. So you can come in as a consumer, consuming products, or you can come in and want to not only consume products, but share with others about those products. And you could build a team and grow a team and help lead this movement. So there are multiple ways. And sometimes people just want to come to LifeVantage for the culture. And it's one of the things that I met Tamia last weekend for the very first time. And after about 2 minutes conversation, I felt like I'd known her for years. And I can tell you that over and over and over again, because it's people that care about people and they care about serving others. This is what this organization is all about. And Dr. Tamia is a shining example of the people that we want in this organization. So it was such a pleasure, and I'll have you move to the next slide. We're real done short here. So this is the income closure statement. So if anybody that has invited you here, again, you can be a product consumer and you take products. We'll talk a little bit about that. But if you want to share these products, this is the income disclosure they have. And I'll have you hit next slide, please, Dion. And I'll have you pay attention. Well, next slide. There you go. So in this column is average monthly commissions at rank. And so I want to just point out, I talked about our society today is busy and broke. 80% of the people in our country are fighting every month to pay their bills. And oftentimes there's more month left than money. And so if you think about if you're interested in not only consuming, but sharing the compensation plan, I'm going to point you to Senior Consultant 3. And I would venture to say every single person on this call, $934 on average every month would make a difference. It would help maybe make that car payment. And I think Sean shared with me that of the bankruptcies in the United States today, those bankruptcies, if people had an extra $200, they would avoid it. So imagine what 934 would do to those people. So as you continue to grow and build and share, if you got to a managing consultant 3, we're talking about $6,715 on average per month. What does that talk about? That talk about the person, the single mother that's trying to work part-time to make ends meet and having to maybe work 2 jobs saying, hey, I can do this and share and replace income so I can spend more time with my children. Because typically, everybody that has a health concern, most people have a financial concern that goes along with that. So our financial health is just important as because that leads to so many other things. And you can see as you move down the ranks, we have executive consultants all the way to our presidential, which is the top rank in our company. If you think of an EC2 at $20,000 a month because they've taken the time to share these products with other people, they've had and built a team of others that wanted to lock arms and say, let's go change this world and keep sharing. So I don't know where you're at in your journey today, But as you look at this income disclosure statement, and as a publicly traded company, the thing I really love about this, they can't be off by $1. Like, this is the plan. The Federal Trade Commission monitors everything that they do as an organization, and these are real numbers. And I got to tell you, when I first came to this company almost 4 years ago, I thought, wow, what if? Like, what if even a fraction of this was true? Would that help create more time freedom? Would that help invest in some other things that I want to invest in? Would that help support my grandchildren? What if? And that's what I kept asking myself. And if I shared and was willing to dive in and help other people, I could realize that what if. And that's what we found over this nearly 4-year period. And I'm very proud to be part of this organization. Next slide, Dion. So again, if you're wanting to share, you want to join this movement and help share, again, you can be a customer. We love having customers and helping people that say, hey, I want to change the trajectory of my health. I want to manage my season even better. In fact, I want San Diego in my life every day in my health, meaning 74 and sunny every day and things look great. Like, where's your body at today? Are you 74 and sunny and feeling great? Or are you 10 below one day and 60 the next day and 105 the next? And you're all over the board? What season are you in? So by sharing this product, we can earn up to 40% commission on our product. So we get paid. There's 3 ways that you have a retail price, you have a subscription price. I love that customers that choose subscription price, and the reason why is they save 10% and they can be part of our reward circle. So I don't want to have somebody use a product that they have to pay more than they have to. And we have a very easy change in subscription or cancellation. It's basically a stroke of a computer position, and you can change that in a second. So I love that for customers. You also, so for those that are saving, that are sharing, excuse me, we have personal sales bonus. So those customers that are buying product from you, you get paid up to 30 or up to 20% in addition to what you get paid on the gap. So we get paid as a consultant, you get paid the difference between retail or subscription price, and you get personal sales bonuses on top of that. And if you're helping build a team, you can get share bonuses for helping your team share this opportunity with others and help start changing some lives. Next slide, please, Dion. All right, so level commissions. What I love about this, I'm going to tell you this. Levels means I go help my team, we all win, right? And I don't know if any of you are in this corporate world, or you choose the profession that you want. Everybody at the top typically gets paid the most. No matter what organization you look at, that's the reality of the world that we live in. And so what I love about this is that there is no ceiling for me. I don't have a ceiling. My ceiling is really the effort that I put forward and the things that I choose to do to help and share with other people. And I'm just waiting for my screen to come back up. So again, supporting your team. Go ahead, Dion, next slide. And then we have a leadership match. What I love about this is there's a leadership pool and a leadership match. So LifeVantage takes 4% of the global commissions, and they share that with the executive levels and above. So why do I want to help people get to executive level? Because they'll have the opportunity to get into this leadership pool. So this is another bonus on top of the bonus structure. So it's paying to help build and help others build their business. And I love about this is that there's, I think, 5 different ways to be compensated if you're interested in sharing this with others. And next slide, please, Dion. All right, so why LifeVantage? Why now? We have an evolved compensation plans that works for all types of consultants. If you just want to share and get customers, you can make money there. If you want to build a team and help that team grow an organization and be part of the movement, you can grow there. So these products don't just supplement, they activate your body to make its own. No matter what it is, it's helping your body make its own. So it's helping your body make collagen. It's helping your body produce antioxidants by taking Protandim. It's helping your body with GLP-1 production with Mind Body. And now you can see the ultimate total easy process to to focus on gut health, which I think is paramount to where we're headed. So publicly traded, Activation Nation is thriving. And if you go to the last slide, I would just say for those of you that took the time to join us, thank you for working through some of the technical difficulties that we have. I appreciate your patience. It's been such a pleasure to have Dr. Tamia as part of this call, and even more importantly, part of this movement. And you can see by her energy and what she brings to the table, Erin Brockovich, who was a board member of our board of directors. And if you really know her history, you can see this is a woman that does not put her name behind anything unless it's quality. And she's fought environmental factors. And again, I love her quote: if you follow your heart, you listen to your gut, and you extend your hand to help another, not for any agenda, but for the sake of humanity, you are going to find the truth. And the truth is, we have a gift in our hands that we need others to share and continue to keep this movement going in the direction that it's going. So I'm going to stop there to see, Amy, is there any questions that we want to answer quickly?
Yep, a couple of things. One, I want to say, Dr. Tamia, you gave an example and you didn't even know you did it of something, and that was this. Somebody shared Protandim about with you, right? Long time ago.
Yeah.
They put it on your shelf in your store and you said
Yes.
you had to dust it. So we know that means that thing wasn't moving. Our products need a voice, and everybody on here is that voice. And that's just the proof right there again that we all have to get out and talk about it. And I love, I don't even know who says it, but it's one of the presidentials always says, if your mouth isn't open, your business isn't open. But we need your voice behind our products. And that was just the proof when you said that. So it reminded me of that. Okay, I have just a couple quick questions, and I'm going to let Dr. Tamia answer this. Julie says, I'm just curious how the probiotics survive the stomach to reach the gut without a protective covering.
They're freeze dried, and they're activated when you add liquid to the equation. When you mix it in water, they wake up. And then when you deploy them in your system, they do what they're supposed to do. And so they're not in pill form. They're just in powder. The whole package is all freeze dried. And the packaging, I don't know if she's ever felt it, but the packaging is really, it's well done. Really, they put a lot of emphasis on that too. And so, yeah, I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you. I did not know that, so I love that we got that information from
Yeah.
you. Several people talking about detoxing, having headaches the first few days, and just is that normal? So I'll let you maybe just speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, I've heard that before. For us, because we were already, most of us anyway, we were already on the daily 3 prior to, so we were already giving our gut microbiome what it needed, right? And so when we added P84, it was just a more advanced version of it. The masterpiece, because there was no more taking the 2 sips and the powder in 16 ounces of water, 8 ounces of water that is. But with this right here, when somebody's just using it for the very first time, it could be a bit much for some people because of the toxins in the body. In addition to that, you all already have some amazing products as well. And with Protandim and what it does, and if you're taking those two together at the same time, it may cause your body to go in a little bit of shock. It may feel a bit uncomfortable. Won't hurt you if you allow it to take its course. It will eventually stop. But what we've learned also from a lot of the naturopaths in our organization is that usually what happens, because we have been suppressing stuff for so long with pain medicines and different kinds of things that we've been using. I like the way Kevin referred to it as a regimen, right? We've been doing this for so long. He said they've been telling us is that whatever you have suppressed will revisit you one more time before it's uprooted and then dismantled. And so you may, if you've had issues with your knee pain, it may get really bad before it's gone. If that back pain, it may get really bad before it's gone, just one more time. And so the headaches and things of that, if you don't like that, if you don't want to take it, if you don't, the pain is too much, it's unbearable, then just cut back. And the scientist, Zach Underwood, who you all are going to get the chance to meet, is loved by scientists. He's told us to cut back. And so just take half a pack. And if you're still having those same issues, then take a half a pack, a quarter of a pack, and allow your body to adjust. But that's pretty much what it is. You're not having a side effect. There's no, because all it is food. It's food. But keep in mind, it's 84. It's 84. You got digestive enzymes in here. You got the different blends in here. You also have the probiotics, the prebiotics. You understand? So it's a lot. Even though it looks like it's not, there's a lot in here. Remember, it's freeze dried. And so just cut back a little bit, and that should help. Now,
Yeah, and Dr. Tamia, I think
Yeah, go ahead,
another
Ken. I'm sorry.
Yeah, another thing I would say too, it's about compliance. If you're compliant and you take it daily as it's directed and give your body a chance to adjust, your body will tell you. And typically your body will tell you that it's trying to rid of some toxins as well. So I love the fact that you say sometimes it's what's best for you, right? Your body will give you signals, and it's about patience and knowing that they're transient in nature. It will go, it will pass. It's just having some patience around it. So thank you. I love that insight. So thanks much.
And I
Yeah,
think
so
anytime if you feel like you're detoxing, always just add some more water, like add more water to your diet to flush out whatever you've got going on. So that would be my other tip. Other than that, I think I answered everything, and I think if you do want Dr. Dondi's video, I'm apologize that we didn't get to play that. Several of you texted me, and I'll put my phone number again in the chat. If you want me to send it to you, I am more than happy to. Just let me know. So here's my number again. If you can text my phone though, and not here because I can't get that in my phone that fast, I will be happy to send it to you.
Yeah, so in closing, if this is your first introduction to LifeVantage and our partnership now with Love Biome, we just encourage you to get back to the person that invited you, determine what's best for you, whether it's to be a consumer, whether it's you want to share and go on this journey with us. This community, it's hard to describe. It's a special, special group of people. So you can be part of this movement, and our goal is to help serve everyone around the world. And so again, there are a number of options. Even as an enrollment pack, there are a number of options depending on your budget. If you want to become a consultant, there's all kinds of options. And I just say open your heart and open your mind. If you're up for change and you don't like the season that you're in, you got a lot of people that will support you in your journey. And I just want to say again, thank you for joining us here on Tuesday night. And I wish all of you a fantastic week. Dr. Tamia, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
So
And Kevin, you
special
all
to
have people on. You have people on from Europe tonight too. I don't know if you knew that, but you have people on from the United Kingdom tonight as well.
All right, awesome. And we thank everybody from around the world that have joined us. Love you all. Have a great and fantastic week.
Love you too. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Dion, Mia, all of you. You guys are amazing.